Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. We are at 620 State Street bringing you the show today, and our first guest is Steve Hicks, and he is going to talk to us about some really important information that boat owners really need to pay attention to. So thank you, Steve, so much for joining us today. And tell us a little bit about, obviously, I think everybody's ready to hit the lake. We are all so excited after such a long winter to be outside, and people are getting their boats ready and taking them out. But, you know, as usual, just whenever we bring in any kind of motored vehicle of any sort, you know, for the roadways or for the waterways, there are some real safety things that we need to consider. So
yes, the State Fire Marshal's office sent out a news release kind of making us aware, the citizens aware of electrical shock drownings. And that's anywhere around boat marinas, boat docks, anything with electricity around that area. There was a couple kids that lost their lives in an accident back in 2012 at a marina, and you know, again, they made an act through Congress or the state Senate, and you know, we have to be aware of what we're up against and what the citizens can do to prevent, you know, the electrical shock drownings.
So what can we do as boat owners? How do we even know if there's electricity around? Any
marina, I mean, it has to be properly checked. You know, inside the city of Bristol, you know, we've got Steele's Creek, but I don't think it has a lot of electricity around it. But, you know, when we're out in marinas and docks and swimming around those, you know, we must ask the dock owners or the marina owners, you know, if there's electricity around and if it's a safe condition. You know, when kids are swimming around these docks, the power must be off. You know, make sure you do turn off the power or have an adult turn the power off before you go out swimming. If by chance you don't know anything about it, you can get a tingle or a shock. And at that time, you're supposed to stay away and retreat from that area, swim away from the area, get some attention, get somebody's attention and tell them that they felt some electricity or some tingling or shock.
Oh yeah, how scary. So this is something, especially because I think the marinas in Bristol in particular are very crowded right now, because you've got the situation that happened at Boone, so you've got a lot of the people from that lake over at Holston, which means you're just going to have a lot more traffic and a lot more electricity, and they've even built, I know, extra slips at some of our marinas. Yeah. So this is definitely something that we all need to really consider and think about, and I didn't know that. So that's what you do. So obviously, number one rule would be just to stay away. Yes, if there is any kind of an electrical possibility near a slip, do not swim near that. Right. Now, if for some reason you don't know or you think it's off and someone is swimming, this is a good conversation to be having at home. You know, because there's so many times people pull boats in and kids sort of want to jump off and swim right there. Yeah. So if you feel something, the suggestion and the advice is that you need to be backing away from that.
You need to stay at least 100 foot away, okay, 100 yards away from any given dock if you do feel that tingling or shock sensation. Again, if somebody does have this tingling or shock and go unresponsive and drowns, it's a good opportunity then to, you know, if you're on the dock or on the, you know, the marina, that you don't go in. You kind of resist that urge to go in and try to save them, because you could be part of that drowning also. So, you know, you got a flotation device, and every marina or dock should have one of these. And you know, you throw it out there to them. You don't reach out there to them by your hand, and you can get electrocuted. So, and again, if you get them on the dock and you pull them to the dock, you can perform CPR at that time if they're pulseless or not breathing.
Okay. Wow, it's a big, heavy topic, but it's something that, especially with summer and, like I said, with all of the boats out and about, something we really need to pay attention to. Am I missing anything that you wanted to add about this? When we were talking before we started the show, you'd mentioned a law.
Yeah, you know, through the Senate, again, you know, the way these laws are acted, somebody will represent. But again, with these kids and the tragic loss of life, I mean, we can all be aware, as citizens, be aware of, you know, these laws that govern us. It's good that, but I hate to happen to these kids to enact the law. So.
Well, you always come on with great tips, and this one is definitely really useful and beneficial, and probably not a topic that you think about to sort of sit down and discuss. You know, so many times we talk about ones that seem more obvious, like smoke detectors or escape plans, but this is great. So
this is a good time to you know, bring out safety tips. Again, another little tip here probably is learn CPR, and I mean, you could save somebody's life here on the street. You know, and just be there when it happens, and know what to do.
Great. Well, thank you, Steve. Thanks for being on.
You're welcome.
And thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.